everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. It's a Northwest Suburban matchup as the Fighting Bluebirds host the #1 ranked Andover Huskies. Joe Young up above the action, flying solo for tonight's contest. And these two teams both coming in with championships in holiday tournaments. For Champlain Park Coon Rapids, they won the Kaposia Classic in South St. Paul at Doug Woog Arena. They played 3 teams that were either in or just outside the top 20. For Andover, they come in winning the Walser Invite, which included a come-from-behind victory over number 3 Minnetonka, 4-3 in the championship of that tournament. The Andover Huskies come in at 12-0. They are undefeated, #1 in the state. Only game that they lost last season was the title game. They lost a lot of the firepower from that squad, but they returned enough and a strong enough team that they have really eaten up teams so far through this season. 12-0, scoring just under 5 goals per game. 8 of those wins have come against teams in the top 20, including twice over number 3 ranked Minnetonka. They have a number of girls who can get it done. Ella Borger is their leading scorer, both goals and points. 10 goals, 26 points so far in this campaign. They've got a couple of other girls, Isabel Gettle at 20 points and Madison Brown at 19. They have put the puck away in balanced fashion and again scoring just under 5 goals per game. On the flip side, Champlain Park Coon Rapids had been on a bit of a skid, ending with an 8-2 loss to Minnetonka, that same number 3 ranked Minnetonka team the week before Christmas. They bounced back with 3 gutty wins in the Kaposia Classic. Technically, the semifinal game, a tie, they win in a shootout. They have not seen the same gaudy type of numbers, but they have played a good team defense that is keeping them in a lot of low-scoring games. We've talked about a number of their big guns throughout the season. One that's just starting to emerge is Abby Ness, one of the team's captains. Got a goal and an assist in each of the last 2 games of the Kaposia Classic, and those her first 2 goals of the season. They also saw their leading defender, Kylie Scott, get her first goal of the season in the win over Woodbury. She turned out to have the game winner in a 3-0 win for that title game. For the Bluebirds, they know that coming in tonight, biggest test they have faced so far, and they are ready to be up to the challenge. Huskies and the Bluebirds drop the puck next on CTN. Back at the creek, preparing for puck drop between the Huskies and the Fighting Bluebirds. Champlain Park Coon Rapids has seen a number of top-ranked teams throughout their schedule so far, and some of those contests they've been very competitive in. A couple of others have gotten away from them, most notably their loss to Minnetonka and their second meeting against Centennial Spring Lake Park. This one's going to be a huge test. Andover has taken on all comers. 8 of their 12 wins coming against top 20 teams. 2 more that are in the others receiving votes, that being Elk River and Anoka. But that same Elk River team, again, Champlain Park Coon Rapids, an impressive 5-0 win over Elk River Zimmerman in the Kaposia Classic. Melissa Volk behind the bench for the Huskies. Her team be turning into a dynasty. This team has won 4 straight section titles. Their last 2-goal loss was on February 22nd of 2018. And that was in the first round of the state tournament that year. The year they went on to be the consolation champions. Consolation champions 17-18, fourth place finishers in 18-19, state champions in 2019-20, and 19-20 is when they finished as runners-up. 18-19 is when they finished as champions. Both of those title games against Edina, a team they'll see in non-conference play later in the season. Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, this is what they like to do. Get the puck deep and pressure, but breaking with speed are the Huskies. Engler passes out front, backhand, and a goal for Hannah Christensen, and just like that, the Huskies are on the board. CPCR getting what they wanted, was getting the puck in deep, putting some offensive forecheck pressure on the Huskies, but when the Huskies break out, they get in on a 2-on-1. Engler to Christensen to the back of the net. Not much chance for Boucher on that one. Huskies right back on the attack. Gettle down the left side, has to track it down in the corner, drops it off for Borger. She's bumped off the puck by Qualley, jammed in along the boards by McKenzie. McKenzie gets it back, not able to get it out. Shot from the point, turned away by the stick of Sam Boucher. Milton trying to keep it behind. Gettle recovers, or Borger rather, out to the point. Played across, a deflection out front and over the net off the stick of Madison Brown. Champlain Park, Coon Rapids able to break to center, but Ketting at the end of a shift just dumps it in. Tara Beza right on it down the right wing boards, had her pocket picked by Gettle. Gettle trying to feed it ahead to Brown. That didn't click. Icing waved off as Scott will get into it in front of Brown. Turn with it. Finds some room behind her own net. Hard off the boards. Can't be controlled by Johnson. Huskies regroup at their blue line. Mumm plays it back across for Kasich. Her pass doesn't click, and that will be icing against the Huskies. Just a half a stick length too far for Ashley Grabo. Head coach Todd Gutterman in his first season behind the bench for Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, and his team at 6-7-1. Looking at this as a huge test, but behind it a favorable schedule. They've already seen a number of really top-end teams. This one played out to the point. Nicholas fanned on it, but dragged down behind the play was Tara Beza. And we're going to see Andover get their first penalty of the game. Nora Sauer going for a hold. And Champlain Park, Coon Rapids with a chance to answer early on a power play. Not much question about this. I don't think that Sauer argued it at all on her way to the box. Huskies able to win the draw, played around to Mumm. She's able to flip it down off the dasher and into the CPCR end. Turning with it is Kylie Scott, lost the handle. Tara Beza there to support. She's pressured, it's kicked along the boards by Hannah Olson. Dug free by Scott, and now Tara Beza will skate it out to neutral ice. Tara Beza out of the way of a stick check. Hard down the right wing. Centers out front. Bolander couldn't get anything on the shot. Intercepted and cleared by Grabow. Milton will set up behind her own net. Her pass hit a skate and nearly right onto the stick of Engler in the high slot. Ness can't get it past Engler at center ice. Tied up along the boards. Engler keeps it with her with the skate. Played back to Shelby Julian. Regrouped near side. Qualley can't get it deep. Turned back out by Kasich. Maya Engler. Creating some troubles down there. Kicked it away from the skate of McKenzie. Now it comes free. McKenzie will recover behind her own net. Pressured as she tries to turn up ice. Turned it over to Kaiser on the attack. Sarah Kaiser comes away with it. Right back out front. Stick checked away by Boucher. She'll cover up and get a face-off with 30 seconds left in the advantage. And pesky attack, shorthanded from Andover, leading to some opportunities. Borger against Ness in the face-off top. Borger able to win the draw. Played back into the corner by Little. Borger tracks it around. Stopped up by Johnson. And CPCR just able to flip it out to center. Hopped over the stick to Mackenzie Jones. Terabeza will win the race to the corner. Plays it back to Ness. Her shot goes wide. And Borger able to get it out to center. Gloved down by Kylie Scott. She'll get it back at her own blue line. Stay out of the reach of Issa Ghetto, who goes to the ice. Shot off the ankle of Jones into the corner. Kept in at the line by Bolander. A shot maybe going a little high and wide. Was gloved by Boersma and held for the faceoff. 12:45 to go in the opening period. Andover struck just 37 seconds into the contest on their first shot of the game. And since then, an impressive penalty kill. And back to full strength to face off to the left of Laura Boersma. Lily McKenzie in the dot against Ella Borger for Andover. Borger able to win the draw. Mumm behind her own net. Staying out of the reach of Ketting. Ketting able to poke the puck free. Mumm got it back into control. Thorson plays it around. Slapped ahead by Gedlin out to center. Here comes Borger down the wing. Slides into the middle. A shot and a save by Vaucher. Tried to cover, but it was dug free by Madison Brown. Along the near boards, Borger comes away with it. Shot hit traffic. Milton will take it behind her own net. Broken stick in the corner, recovered by our official as Borger plays it back out to the point. Mumm couldn't handle it. It slips back out to center. She'll dump it back in. Andover going to get a little partial line change as CPCR regroups. Lily McKenzie will play it in deep. Terabeza chasing Mumm into the corner. Mumm able to slip away with the puck behind her own net. That pass clicks and then tape to tape from Gettle to Engler. Engler cutting across the high slot. It's disrupted by Kylie Scott. She recovers in the corner. Tied up but kicks it back for Kaiser. Out to the point. Played across for Little. A shot that goes off the end boards. Brooklyn Johnson got it out. And then saucered right back in by Avery Kasich. Nicholas went to reverse, but only one there was Hannah Christensen. Tried to center. That was kicked back to the corner where it's recovered by Engler. Tied up by Kylie Scott. Ness in there as well for CPCR. Christensen down low. Centering pass from Kaiser broken up, and Kylie Scott will skate to center. Christensen dogging around the back check, turned quickly by Andover. And my Angler will just dump it in deep as they complete a line change. And the pressure continues. Good pinch there from Kasich, keeping it in along the near boards. Tied up with Lily McKenzie. Dug free. Milton fighting for control, able to force it to the corner. McKenzie played it up the boards, kicked back in deep by Olsen. She pressures and battles against Milton. The 228s lock up along the end boards. The 220s in there to support. A four-person scrum along the end boards. And the puck dug free finally by Nora Sauer. Played out to the point. It skips away from Mumm, back out to center. Turned right back in deep by Mackenzie Jones. Hops off the stick of McKenzie. High off the glass and all the way down by Milton. That'll be icing and a face-off back in the CPCR end. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the opening period. And a lot of pressure being applied from the visiting squad early on. Couple of good line change for Coach Volk's Huskies. Have kept the Bluebirds battled up. This one just cleared out to center. Mumm recovers just inside her own end. Pass didn't connect with Grabow, and it's turned around by CPCR. Pass out of the reach of Terabeza, turned around momentarily by Jones, but the Bluebirds able to send it back into the Huskies' end. Mumm across her own blue line, pressured there by Ness. Played to the line. Brooklyn Johnson will turn it around for the Bluebirds. Into the zone, goes to her forehand. Mumm falls, but stays with her. Centering pass denied by Jones. Borger nearly at her pocket, picked by Terabeza, but the Huskies have numbers, able to recover. Here's Borger with speed down the left-hand side. Kick saved by Boucher, and the rebound cleared to the boards. Bolander weaving her way through. Hands it off for Terabeza into the zone from the high slot. A contested shot, misses wide. Thorson pressured in the corner by McKenzie. Borger able to dig it free for the Huskies. Up the boards. Held there by Scott. Scott plays it to the front. Thorson takes it away. She can't play it around the end boards because of Lily McKenzie. Borger looks, stretch pass attempted, hit the skates of Madison Brown. She was covered well by Emily Nicholas. CPCR able to play it back in. Thorson swings it around out of the reach of Little. She's able to jam it past Qualley and now cleared across by Gettle. Madison Brown takes it behind the net. Has Nicholas right in her hip pocket. Able to turn away from the pressure, but not able to get his shot away. Nicholas will play it back in behind the net. Scott will swing it back the other way as Kaiser was pressuring. Kicked along there by Christensen. Christensen will get it back along the boards and out to the point. Little's shot deflected wide. Andover player ran into the official at center ice and went down, but not causing any danger as it's sent in deep by Emma Olsen. Ness trying to hold, but the puck forced to center. Milton on the backhand and looked like it maybe caught somebody getting over the boards. That pass was deflected by Bolander, so no icing as Olsen gets to it behind the net. Coughed up for Ness. Long pass out of the reach of Terabeza. Mackenzie Jones will go behind her own net. Along the right boards. Had it taken away by Ness. Ness stepping up. Her shot misses wide into the far corner. Pushed out to center by Olsen. And recovered there by Sauer. Sauer trying to cut back in front. Poked away. She got the chance again and a goal. Staying with it, it was originally poked away by Boucher, but then the clearing attempt gave it right back to Nora Sauer. She turned and scored with the goalie out of position and gives her Huskies a 2-goal lead. It's a good stick there. Oh, and did she play it herself with the high stick? Would be a question, but no call, so a great individual effort from Nora Sauer.
Number 8, Nora Sauer, unassisted. Kind of the goal 10-10.
Mumm working her way out of the zone along the right boards. Will skate past Emma Olsen deep into the corner. Circles, tries to center. That's knocked away by Scott. McKenzie tried to play it up the boards. Stepping in is Sauer. She'll take a shot, this time miss wide. Up the far boards, Mumm able to keep it in. We're going to get another penalty against Andover, as Hannah Olsen is going to go to the box for interference. And you see her interfering with Qualley's attempt to get to the puck at the point. CPCR unable to do anything with their first power play opportunity. Andover actually pressuring shorthanded, able to create a couple of scoring chances. CPCR able to get the zone. Shot by Bolander, just misses wide, and this one's going to be cleared all the way down by Courtney Little. Scott back behind her own net. Borger will pressure behind. Scott skating to center. Borger trying to pick her pocket. She stays with it and squeezed off the boards by Little. Mumm can't clear. Kept in by Ness. Her shot misses wide. Little tied up with Tara Basil, but able to get it to Borger, and she shovels it the length of the ice. Nola Milton, her pass broken up well by Little as she stepped up on Johnson. Played across and all the way down now by Kaiser. Milton, long pass looking for Johnson. Kaiser there to intercept just outside the blue line. Those two tied up. Kicked at, comes free for the Huskies. As Gettle was tripped up, Kaiser will dump it in. Nola Milton with 40 seconds left. Reversing for Julian, back to Milton, just out of her reach. Madison Brown recovers the loose puck, but the pass for Kaiser didn't work. Julian trying to step up, trying to stay out of the reach of Kaiser. She'll dump it in deep. Qualley sends it back behind, out of the reach of Julian. Recovered there by Jones. Jones will reverse. Qualley along the mid-boards. Tried to get it to the point, taken away by Madison Brown. Across for Kaiser. Kaiser dumps it into the corner, gets around Julian and recovers. Trying to leave it off there for Brown, and Brown had white jerseys all around her, but that'll do it for the power play. Huskies regroup at center. Puck kick free for Kasich. A cross-ice pass out of the reach of Grabow, and Grabow will pressure Scott as she gets turned around. That pass out of the reach of Emma Olsen, chopped away by Kasich. Hannah Olsen into the zone. Shot by Grabow was kicked away by Boucher. Grabow keeps it in just inside the blue line. Grabow trying to pass to the back door, broken up by Scott. Nora Sauer had it poked off her stick by Scott. Plays it off the glass all the way down. That'll be icing. A face-off back in the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end. 3:21 to go in the opening period. Melissa Volk and the Huskies sitting pretty with a 2-0 lead and just controlling all of the pressure. Champlain Park Coon Rapids has had a little bit of zone time, but to this point, no shots on goal on the official score clock. Behind the net, Madison Brown leaves it for Borger. Borger back down low to Brown. Brown bringing it up the boards to Borger near the blue line. Left it off there for Little and handcuffed her a bit as Ness was there to pressure. Borger backhands it into the zone. Brown can't control. Ness can't get it past Little. Back down to Brown to Borger, and a pass a little bit behind her. Kicked free by Abby Ness. Abby Ness trying to stay away from the pesky Issa Gettle, is able to do so and play it in deep, but Mumm gets there in front of her, tied up in the corner. Borger will dig it free for Andover. Moves it along to Gettle. She's stopped up along the boards by Bolander, but now able to get it out to center. Shelby Julian right back in for CPCR. Plays it deep on the backhand. Little recovers with speed up the left boards. Bounces it out to center. Turned around by Bolander. Ketting trying to get it to McKenzie, but that was too far in front of her. And turning with it is Borger. Borger into the zone. To her left, shoots wide, back to the right. Poked to the line, but kept in there by Kasich. Her shot didn't make it through to the net, but she's able to stop it up again at center ice. Cross ice pass, too much for Gettle to handle. It'll bounce in near the net where it's recovered by Scott. Scott had it taken away by Engler, who kicks it along and recovers, plays it out to the point. Jones through traffic off the end boards. Emily Nicholas pressured and turns it over. Pass out front, just deflected wide by Engler. And she had Christensen coming along that back post. Christensen leaves it for Jones. Back down low, intercepted by Scott. But comes right back to Jones, who dumps it in. Christensen will duck into the corner. Push it along behind for Kaiser. Out front, a one-time attempt for Engler. And a save for Boucher. And just great forechecking pressure for Andover and well set up plays. They know where each other's going to be. A one-touch pass from Kaiser, and it was right on the tape of Engler with a good chance from just on top of the crease. Final minute of the first period. Huskies able to hold it in the zone again. Good job by Ness to keep the shot from being taken by Kasich. This one dumped into the far corner. Jones will punch it back in deep. Christensen out of that corner. The pass turned Grabo around. She plays it out to the point, and a wrist shot from Kasich misses wide. Milton fires it around. Held in by Kasich, crashing down the boards. And that one just off the fingertips tips of Grabo and out to center. Huskies regrouping just inside their own blue line. Jones lost the handle, now pressured by Terabeza. She'll swing it around near side for Kasich. Kasich had it taken away by Kenning. She centers, but Ness was denied by Jones. Jones intercepting another centering attempt. The buzzer will sound, and the Huskies will go to the locker room with a 2-goal lead. Hannah Christensen got them on the board in the opening minute. They get one midway through from Nora Sauer and have a 2-goal lead. But much more to be played. We'll have more from the Crick after this on CTN. Back in Coon Rapids Ice Center, Andover 2-0 over the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Fighting Bluebirds. And the Bluebirds knew they'd be in for a battle tonight. Number 1 ranked undefeated Andover Huskies. And off the opening draw, they got the puck in deep and started to apply their forechecking pressure just like they wanted. And then Andover strikes quickly, using its speed to go coast to coast and end up with a relatively easy breakaway goal for one of their leading scorers. They, from that point, really took control, kept Champlain Park Coon Rapids bottled up in their own zone, and they get through the period without allowing a shot on goal from the Bluebirds. Take a look at the highlights. Just 37 seconds into the contest, they get a 2-on-1. Christensen out front goes to her backhand and slides it into a wide open cage. And after that, it was game on for these Huskies. They just kept coming. And finally, Nora Sauer following it herself after it was poked away, able to turn and score as Boucher was down and out of position. For Champlain Park Coon Rapids, though, you're still in this contest. You didn't have any shots on goal. You had some zone time, but you have to put some pucks on net if you hope to score. But still a close game at 2-0. We'll see if they can get it closer when we start the second. That's coming up next on CTN. Back at Coon Rapids Ice Center, Andover a 2-0 lead over the host Bluebirds after the first period. We're joined now by Champlain Park Coon Rapids head coach Todd Gunnerman. And Coach, obviously you knew the Huskies were going to be a challenge. A lot of speed. What do you do to try and break out and kind of keep them back on their heels?
We got to quit playing scared. That's just my opinion. We came out, we saw the Andover jersey, we saw the colors, and we came out and we got away from our game. We didn't play the way we can. They're a tremendous hockey team. They're very well coached. But, you know, this is also a team. We put up 15 shots in a period on Tonka, so we know we can do it. We just got to go out and play our game.
Well, that was going to be my next question. You got some zone time, but nothing through to the net. What do you do to get more pucks on their keeper?
Keep it simple. We're trying to flood pucks through bodies instead of, you know, getting it low to high, get it up to our D, find a lane, and get pucks to the net, and then crash the net.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way. We'll take another break. Puck drop on the second period between the Huskies and the Bluebirds next on CTN.
Get all your Cardinal sports action with Joe and I live every Monday at 7:30. If Coon Rapids plays it, Sports Night covers it. Sports Night on local cable CTN.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, just about ready to get the second period underway. Andover leading the host Champlain Park Coon Rapids Fighting Bluebirds by a 2-0 score, but still a lot to be decided. Champlain Park Coon Rapids has to make that young lady work for her paycheck. Laura Boersma, no saves in period number one. Her team doing an outstanding job in front of her so far of keeping the Bluebirds to the outside and preventing shots from getting through. Right off the opening draw, Bolander able to bring it into the zone. Backhands it right into Thorson, and now played in deep by Ness. Nearly snuck out front. Mumm trying to break up the near board, stopped up by Scott. And then a good backup from Johnson to keep it in. Terabeza tied up along the end boards, and Engler comes away with it for Andover. Can't get it past Bolander at the point. Back around to the near side. Keelan Mumm, long pass ahead, too far for Engler, but it was touched by Bolander, so no icing. And a tie up now into the opposite side corner in the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end. Kick free, Christensen battles, comes away with it. She had the first goal of the night for Andover. Played out to the point, a cross and a shot from Mackenzie Jones missed wide. Lily McKenzie to center, dumps it right in on goal, and Boersma forced to cover it and take a face-off in her end. That'll be the first shot of the game for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Not even inside the blue line. And easily handled by Boersma. Face-off won by Andover. Ella Borger behind her own net, turns up ice. Her pass hit McKenzie in the back. McKenzie sweeps it across. Ketting back to Milton, right back to Ketting. Got off her stick and is turned around by Isa Gettle. Bounces it off the boards, but intercepted by McKenzie, who dumps it in deep. Boersma leads it along the end board for Jones, pressured by Qualley, and sent back in by Jones. Special shout out to the grandparents of Brianna Qualley, all watching in Texas. Rodney and Vicky, Rick and Janice, all tuning in for the contest, and we're glad to have them. Back the other way, an unbelievable goal from Madison Brown, just weaving her way around defenders and then putting it top shelf. And less than 2 minutes into this second period, the Huskies strike again. A very pretty move, and this is speed to just dance around Julian. Boucher reaches out, but Brown puts it top shelf.
Scoring for the Huskies, number 10, Madison Brown.
Brown's 9th goal and 20th point of the season.
Ella Berger,
And again, we see Andover, once they get it into the Coon Rapids end, Champlain Park Coon Rapids end, they like to bring pressure. 2 of their 3 goals coming on the rush, but they have generated a lot of chances through having offensive zone possession. Mumm dumps it in past Bolander, recovered by Scott in the corner. Kylie Scott will send it the length of the ice, and that will bring a face-off back to the right of Boersma. Champlain Park, Coon Rapids without a couple of girls tonight, not able to compete, sickness and injury. And that certainly doesn't help when you go up against the top team in the state. Cross ice pass gets out to center. Tara Beza able to race in on it behind Delich, but good support there. Centering pass from Tara Beza, taken away by Christensen. Christensen will skate to center, try and play it around Milton, and now Milton going to be called for interference as she just held her up after the puck was played around her. And now we'll see get our first chance to see Andover on the power play. Another look at it, you see Nola Milton just step up and stop Christensen. And just held that position a little long. Gutterman getting an explanation because it's a good play to stop the body, but you can only hold it for so long after the puck has been released. That shot missing wide from Jones. Christensen tried to center and lost the handle. McKenzie plays it back out to center. All the way back behind her own net goes Courtney Little. Near side for Mackenzie Jones. Jones into the CPCR end, will stop up, play it across. Fanning on the shot was Little. Ends up in the corner with Christensen. Back out to Jones, a shot deflected and off the side of the net. Played back behind for Kaiser. Kaiser will sweep it around behind again. Broken up by Scott, and then Christensen able to regain control, but her pass taken away by Lily McKenzie. McKenzie plays it around Jones and will give chase in deep. Little will sweep it back to the near side for Jones. Jones off the board, out of the reach of Kylie Scott. Recovered into the zone by Engler. Engler to the top of the slot, a shot, a rebound, still loose, and now cleared to the boards. Bolander gets it and plays it all the way down. Brooklyn Johnson will chase Mumm into the corner. CPCR getting a change, long pass ahead. Kasich into the zone, stops up, centers out front, backhand, off the post, and then a second chance over the net for Gettle. Madison Brown had a wide open net. The shot from the point right into the midsection and covered by Boucher. Madison Brown in all alone, had a wide open net and bounced it off the post. She scores that goal 19 out of 20 times, and then you see Gettle coming in and just getting under it a little too much. That was a beautiful setup to Brown out front. Nearly had her second of the period. Mumm leaves it there for Thorson. This is Issa Gettle. Skates it all the way down. High slot is shot up high and wide and off the end boards. Brown sweeps it out to Mumm as the penalty to Milton expires. Julian can't clear. Brown will leave it. Little into the corner for Borger. Borger stays away from Julian. Top of the circle to top of the circle. Played through traffic. And a stack pad save from Sam Boucher. Able to cover it for the faceoff. There you see Shelby Julian actually getting tangled up with Boucher, and both hit the ice right before that shot came through. Huskies right back on the attack off of the faceoff. Shot by Thorson was blocked into the corner, comes back out to her. Plays it across for Little. Little through traffic and scores. Not sure how that got past Boucher. I don't know that it was deflected, but somehow slipped underneath the pad and gives Andover a 4-0 lead. I don't know if Hannah Olsen gets a piece of it out front or not. Oh, she may have just gotten a touch. They're giving the goal to Little. And I don't know if maybe Boucher was just expecting that Olsen was going to deflect it and didn't, but either way, it gets underneath the pad into the back of the net, and the Huskies have doubled their lead to 4-0, tied up behind the Champlain Park Coon Rapids net. Comes free, grab out, puts it right back behind, centering pass, turned away by Bolander. Bolander chips it high off the glass, kept in with a kick by Thorson. Kylie Scott able to steal it away from Olsen. Play it ahead for Johnson, and now Tara Beza to center. She'll dump it into the corner, give chase, quick shot from a short angle, and well covered by Laura Boersma. And that top line of Coon Rapids Champlain Park can be dangerous, but their speed really has been nullified for the most part so far, because Andover has kept them battling in their defensive end. Another face-off win for the Huskies. That pass disrupted by Ketting, but gets out to center. Milton can't get away from the forecheck of Christensen. Slipped behind the net by Engler. Centering pass, broken up by Milton. Recovered by Engler. Engler back into the corner. Milton there to intercept. She will send it out to center. Skips off the stick of Jones, and she'll track it down back inside her own end. Plays it off the board to herself. To the red line, gets it past Milton into the zone. Recovered by McKenzie. Lily McKenzie for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Mackenzie Jones able to step up, hold on the boards. Short angle shot fight. Christensen is stopped. Julian plays it back up the near boards. Jones forks it back down low. Christensen a quick setup for Kaiser that goes wide. Shot from the point by Delic. Missed wide. Julian will fire at the length, take the icing, get some fresh legs on the ice for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. More of the same from the Andover Huskies here in the second period. Now out shooting Champlain Park Coon Rapids 17-1. Enjoying a 4-goal lead and a lot of offensive zone time. Scott plays it off the boards and out to center. Ava Parent will pressure Mumm back into the Andover end. Mumm behind her own net. Getting past Semling, stopped up or slowed by Bolander. All the way down low, out front, into the back of the net for Borger. And that was Kaylin Mumm just using her speed, just a sophomore starting for Andover. She went end to end, perfect centering pass, and a one-touch. This is a big one right there. Forcing it past with her hand, backhand out front, and Borger easily putting it home. So 3 goals, not quite. Not quite midway through this second period. Sauer trying to get it back to Mumm and then gets it right back from Mumm. Sauer had it poked free, got out to center, so the Huskies will have to tag up. Ness will carry to center for CPCR. Her shot deflected, and Boersma will swallow it up for a faceoff. Melissa Volk has to be pretty happy with what she's seen so far. Her team in complete control, up 5, just over midway through the second period. Kaylin Mumm behind her own net, pressured by Johnson, plays it up the boards. Kept in, Nola Milton on her backhand, trying to protect the puck. Finally chopped free by Mumm. Mumm will sweep it behind the net. Kasich up the far side, long pass ahead, broken up by Julian. Johnson tried to chop it in but couldn't. Julian plays it across, nobody there in a white jersey. Recovered by Grabow, the centering attempt swallowed up by Boucher. And we'll have a face-off to her left with 7:39 to go in the second period. Forced back in deep by Thorson. Back up the boards by Champlain Park Coon Rapids. Thorson holds the line again. Ketting trying to force it out but can't. Borger in the slot, scores again. Back-to-back goals for their leading scorer, Ella Berger. She's got 3 points in this period and her team up by 6. And that's just individual will, getting to a loose puck, finding the room, and putting it home.
Unassisted. Time of the goal, 9:39. Border of the Huskies unassisted. 9:39.
Kept in at the line again by Little. Berger plays it back. That's a shot, a goal for Hallie Dunleavy. Berger picking up her 4th point of the period. As with the 6-goal lead, they open up the bench a little bit. Dunleavy's first shift of the evening. We saw Ava Parent get a stick in there and maybe disrupted a little bit, but everything working for the Andover Huskies. 3 goals in less than 2 minutes. And they have pushed it to a 7-0 lead, a 5-goal second period.
A single assist, number 13, Ella Berger. Time of the goal, 10:02.
Ella Berger at 10 goals, 16 assists coming in. She's got 2 of each here in the second period, increasing her team lead to 30 points. CPCR not able to hold the line, turned right back in by Ness. Top of the slot, a shot through traffic, rebounded, a goal! Brooklyn Johnson right there to put it home, and the Cardinals have gotten the goose egg off the board. The Bluebirds, excuse me. And for Johnson, her team leading 8th of the year. Talked about Abby Ness, just 6 points in the season, but 4 of those in the last 2 games. Brooklyn Johnson, right place, right time, putting the rebound home easily. Good job holding the blue line momentarily. The Huskies continue to pressure away. Emma Olsen giving Kasich all kind of trouble. Engler plays it off the board out to center. Milton will send it right back in. Skips away from Mumm. Mumm cuts in front of her own end. Pressured by Lily McKenzie. She regroups. That pass got past Little. Pushed right back to her, right in the feet of our official. And the door along the boards came loose, so we get a stoppage of play. .5:47 to go here in this second period. Berger wins another draw. This one played up and out by the Huskies. Icing waved off. Berger will get there first in front of Kylie Scott. Pressured along the end boards. Berger comes away with it out to the point. Skips under the stick of Kasich back out to center. Dumps it back in. Kylie Scott will step around one stick check, then had it poked away at center. She's able to recover. Circles at her own blue line. Plays across for Bolander. Bolander, long pass. Deflected and out of the reach of Kiffmeyer. Kiffmeyer jamming it back behind the net. Forced along by Mumm. Berger. Tape to Brown at center ice. Brown trying to get around Bolander. Centers out front, and shot by Gettle didn't have much on it and trickled wide. Kiffmeyer plays it off the boards all the way down, and that's going to have enough to be icing. A face-off back in the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end. Bluebirds able to win the draw, but played up along and stolen by Grabow. Right back by Ness. Plays it across for Johnson. Tried to cut around Thorson, but had it knocked free. Huskies able to force it into the zone. Turned right back out. Another good poke check from Thorson. Grabow into the zone. Sets up along the right board. Pressured by Johnson. Kicked free. Thorson will dump it in deep. Sauer down in the corner. Has to get away from Julian. In to support is Ness. Hannah Olsen able to kick it free momentarily. Julian gets it to Ness, and Ness will play it behind for Milton. Her pass deflected to center, and we've got a little tie-up happening behind the net. I think there was some equipment intertangled. I don't know that we're going to see penalties. It's Abby Ness and Ella Berger. I think their helmets actually locked together momentarily. Why we got that whistle. Play continues with a faceoff just outside the Andover zone. Little will skate it into the zone, out of the reach of Scott. Centers out front, a save for Boucher. Ketting trying to force it out. Held at the line by Heath, but only momentarily. Qualley wins a race to it at the other end. No icing as she's tied up along the end boards by Thorson. They both go down in a heap. Berger sidesteps Qualley out of the left-hand corner. Ahead for Dunleavy, and then for Heath into the zone. She's squeezed off on the boards by Scott. Tied up in the corner with Scott, Heath, and Dunleavy. Kicked free, comes to the line, held there by Delick. Plays it across, out of the reach of everybody. Bolander plays it off the glass. Ketting gets it out to center, poked off her stick, and Dunleavy dumps it back in. Scott trying to stay away from Berger, skates behind her own net. Rolling puck as she works through center. And we'll just dump it in deep as CPCR gets a line change. Jones swings it back behind for Delick. Delick, long stretch pass, trying to get Christensen, and Christensen couldn't quite wait for it. And this will be offsides all the way back to the Andover end. Stretch pass just half a second too later. Christensen would have been in on a breakaway. Instead, had to stretch into the zone before the puck crossed. Speed from Sarah Kaiser to race to the other end, and she let that one go before she got the red line, so icing and another face-off back in the Andover end. 2:10 to play in the second period. Clean win from Kaiser. Delick pressured in the corner. The Huskies able to get it back to Kaiser, top of the circle. She gets out of the zone. Engler walking in will shoot and miss wide. Jones pushes it back in low for Engler. And she sends it behind for Christensen. Out to the point for Delick. Her shot blocked by Tara Beza. And then has to take the penalty as Tara Beza was held. And Delick will go to the box for a hold. But a smart penalty kept Tara Beza from getting in on a breakaway. And then this one, just for good measure, she already took the penalty before that, so won't get any extra time for actually taking her down. Champlain Park Coon Rapids unable to get any shots on goal.
A minor penalty has been assessed on the Huskies. Number 22, Mara Delich. 2 minutes for interference.
Out to the point. Good deflection out front from Bolander, but Boersma makes the save. Scott through traffic, stick save up and out of play. Face-off won by the Bluebirds. Left off for Scott. Spins at the midboards. Centering pass goes all the way through. Abby Ness leaving it off. And Berger able to interrupt that. Nearly sprung Gettle on a shorthanded breakaway, but held at the line. Centering attempt broken up by the netminder Boersma. Little will play it off the board all the way to the other end. Gettle giving chase. But Scott getting there in front of her will take it behind her own net. Staying out of the reach of Brown. We'll get to the blue line and dump it in deep. Brooklyn Johnson, first one there, redirects. Kasich can't get it past Qualley at the blue line. Qualley and Kasich tie up. Kasich comes away with it, flips it high and out of the zone. Shelby Julian chopping at it, trying to keep it from Gettle. Those two go down along the boards. No call there as Lily McKenzie turns back up ice for CPCR. Final 10 seconds of the period. Her shot blocked by Jones. Jones will clear at the length, and that will take us to the second intermission. A 5-goal second period for Andover. And they are in complete control, 7-1, as we reach the end of the second period. We'll take a break and be back with more from the Coon Rapids Ice Center after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey.
City code prohibits outdoor storage of things like building materials, auto parts, household items, scrap metal, garbage, and more. Thank you for helping our city look its best. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Watching your favorite car and sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, Andover has really exploded offensively in that second period, put 5 goals on the board, pushed their lead to 7-0. Champlain Park Coon Rapids gets one back. After that 7th goal, it was within 30 seconds. They were able to answer and at least get the goose egg off the board, but still in a position where we'll see running time throughout the third period. The Huskies have really shown their dominance, a 12-0 undefeated number 1 ranked team, and they struck again early in that second period. They scored in the opening minute of the first. Just under 2 minutes into the second, a great individual play from Madison Brown puts one top shelf to make it 2-0. And then they really just opened the floodgates. The point shot from Courtney Little found its way through traffic, then Munn setting up Berger. Berger got back-to-back tallies and then added an assist after that to make it 7-0. Ella Berger came in with 26 points in the season to lead the team for Andover. Now has 4 more, so make it 30. And then a good rebound opportunity for Brooklyn Johnson off the shot by Abby Ness. Got Champlain Park Coon Rapids on the board, but it has been all Andover here. They have speed, they have a lot of talent. They keep the pressure on you start to finish, and it has paid off so far. They lead 7-1 with the third period upcoming. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey.
Get all your Cardinal sports action with Joe and I live every Monday at 7:30. If Coon Rapids plays it, Sports Night covers it. Sports Night on local cable CTN.
Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center, Andover up 7-1 over the Fighting Bluebirds, joined now by Andover head coach Melissa Volk. And Coach, your team has really done a great job of keeping the pressure on the Bluebirds all game long.
Yeah, thank you. I think they're doing a good job that period. You'll get a little bit more pucks in net, a little more net presence and executing.
So this season you're 12-0. Last season you went through the whole year undefeated until the state championship game. This year it's been a who's who in the top 20 on in your schedule. What does that do for this team as you move closer to playoff time?
Well, it definitely keeps it fun, keeps it fresh, and then most importantly, it keeps you prepared for the stretch down in February.
Now, this team hasn't scored like the magnitude of goals you had last season when you were averaging over 8 goals per game. What do you do when they do get up to keep them focused in these games where they already have it well in hand?
Yeah, just kind of, I think every coach tries to say, get back to basics, 0-0, keep it simple. But, obviously the girls that know that you're up, but, once again, these kids are also, fighting individually for ice time, and we're just trying to get better every day.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. Good luck in the third period. We'll take another short break, and we will drop the puck on the final frame after this on CTN. Ella Borger has increased her season totals, leading the Huskies now with 30 points, had 2 goals, 2 assists in the 5-goal second period for Andover. Champlain Park Coon Rapids finally got on the board just 28 seconds after Andover had made it 7-0. But they're going to start with a short power play, 24 seconds, and they just have to look at this third period as take any positives they can against this team. And it's all smiles on the Andover bench as they look to improve to 13-0. And I talked about it early. This is a team that has been outstanding over the last handful of seasons. 4 straight section championships. Their last goal, the last time they lost a game by more than 1 goal was February of 2018, and that was the first round against of the state tournament against Eden Prairie. Brown in deep, tried to jam it home. Boucher able to keep the door shut. Borger bringing pressure right behind her. Ness can't get it out past Thorson. Gettle trying to center, and that was broken up. Skating to center as Kennedy Bolander gets into the zone and then had it taken off her stick by Kasich. Kasich plays it around to Gettle. Gets it to Berger, and Berger to Brown. Brown into the zone. Brown going wide, trying to cut out front. Poked away by Boucher, and she'll cover up for the faceoff. And a 6-goal lead in the third period means running time, and that would be goal number 1 for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. They'd love to get a goal and get the clock to stop, at least get a little more out of this third period. We've seen pretty active stick from Sam Boucher, poking away as the Huskies try to go in deep and come back out along the bottom of the circle. Of course, second goal of the game, Nora Sauer able to recover it after it was poked away. Here's Kaiser, his shot that deflects into the corner. Recovered by Christensen and played back in deep. Kaiser can't control, but catches up with it along the midboards. Back to Christensen, out to the point. Played across, out of the reach of Jones. She slaps it down low. Christensen, a one-timer and a goal for Maya Engler. And that is just touch passing. It started from the point with Jones down to Christensen in the corner. One touch pass, and Engler a one-timer past the glove of Sam Boucher, and it's an 8-1 lead. The Huskies have struck early in each of the 3 periods. Next move from Tara Beza. Shot going wide, hopped over the stick of Brooklyn Johnson. This one bounced off the boards and into the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end. Too far for Sauer. It'll be icing and bring the faceoff back to the right of Laura Boersma. Bluebirds win the face-off, played down low by Nicholas, recovered by Mumm, and she will lead the Huskies out to center ice. Turned around momentarily by Nicholas. Sauer trying to leave it. That was tipped away by Nicholas and then dumped in deep by Caitlin Mumm. Nicholas out of her own corner, gets it to Ness. Head for Tara Beza. Tara Beza gets past one poke check, but can't get past the second one from Thorson. Thorson can't get around Johnson. Tara Beza will dump it in. Mumm behind her own net, pressured by Kylie Scott. Gets it to Berger. Berger ahead for Gettle. Gettle to center, has Brown with her, gets around Qualley on the left side. Stops up low, plays it behind. Brown pressured there by Scott. Sent around by Milton, but kept in at the blue line by Kasich. Berger gets it back to Kasich. Kasich waits, plays it low, interrupted by Milton. Milton's pass to Qualley out to center. Qualley trying to center. That's taken away by Kasich. Kasich tied up in the corner, trying to kick it free, has support from Berger. Able to dig it away from the pack, and she will skate 3-on-2 to center. Gettle down the left wing, stops up, lost the handle. Got it back, a shot up and over the net by Kasich. Kept in near side by Delich, and then poked away by McKenzie. Lily McKenzie behind the defense, and she is hooked. And upcoming another penalty against the Andover Huskies. It's going to be the second of the game for Delich, I believe. Another look at her, back checking, and just got it up into the hands. Got McKenzie turned around. Played in on Borsma, not a lot on it. She's able to hold on.
Meryl Delich, 2 minutes for hooking. 5:06 the time of the call. Delich of the Huskies on for hooking at 5:06 of the third period.
Look at Brooke Johnson trying to poke it home short side. Borsma, relatively easy save. Bolander out to the point. Scott across for Terabeza to the high slot. For Ness, a shot, the save and hold by Borsma. Face-off won by the Huskies. Jones gets it just out of the reach of Terabeza and back to the Bluebirds' end. Scott turns away from Kaiser behind the net. She'll skate it up on the left wing. Long pass ahead. Touched by Johnson apparently, so no icing. The first one to it is Courtney Little. She had it stolen away. Centering pass broken up by Jones out front. And we're going to get, I think, both for high sticking. We'll see offsetting penalties. See both of them getting the stick up right here. I think Johnson's stick got up because she was being hooked a little bit, but either way. Power play will continue with the steal from Kasich. She sends it right in on Boucher. Stick to the corner. Berger gets there, turns away from the pressure, and now dumps it back in. The power play now over. Centering pass through the top of the blue paint. Berger recovers off the near boards. Skates top of the circle all the way across. A shot up high, saved by Boucher. And now we're going to get a penalty against the Bluebirds. Lily McKenzie going for a rough out front. There you see taking the much smaller Isa Gettle into the post. Andover 0 for 1 on their power play in the second period. That pass broken up and cleared to center by Terabeza. Little back into their Kasich rather, back into the zone. Pass was in the skates of Bump, but she's able to get it to Gettle. Down low for Brown. Brown to Gettle, trying to chop it back to her. Bolander intercepts and gets it back out to center. Gettle, top of the right circle. That shot hit traffic out front. Terabeza will play it all the way down. Boersma will leave it there for Mumm. Mumm lost the handle. Will play it back for Gettle. Gettle speed down the right wing. Cuts across top of the circle. Shot kicked away by Boucher. Brown recovers in the corner out to the point for Kasich. To Brown. Brown on her backhand, just one-handed it toward the net, went off a skate and into the corner. Emma Olsen recovers and will send it all the way down. 35 seconds left on the power play for Andover. Good stick check there for Kylie Scott. Will force Andover to regroup again. Kaiser into the zone along the right side. Will take it behind the net. Up to the point. Pass back for Kaiser, skipped off her stick, and Milton will skate it out to center, trying to get away from the pressure from Olsen.
Bluebirds return to full strength.
McKenzie's penalty is over, so back to 5-on-5. Pass takes a weird bounce and springs a breakaway for Abby Ness. Ness, backhand, saved by Boersma. Rebound came back out to her, and Ness trying to turn with it in front. Thorson sends it behind Lily McKenzie. Out front, a one-timer for Ness, turned away from Boersma. Kaiser chips it to herself off the end boards. Gets it out to center. Bolander turns it around for the Bluebirds. Thorson right back out of the zone for Andover. Shelby Julian chased into her own end. Pass bounces around, and Pacey Kraus keeps it in for Andover. Pass across away from Kaylin Mumm, and CPCR forklifts it to center. Right back in comes Andover. Shot by Kraus, misses wide into the corner. Dunleavy trying to play it back for Heath. Mumm will get it back to Dunleavy, trying to center. That was intercepted by Nicholas. CPCR just clearing it the length to take the icing call. 5:20 to go. Ness on the breakaway and knew that she had pressure coming on the back check from Courtney Little. Not able to get a lot on the shot. And a good chance out front for Ness on the one-timer. Good look from Terabeza. Brooklyn Johnson chopping it past Kasich. They chase, get tied up. We're going to see a icing call, and the faceoff coming all the way back. Dunleavy plays it down low. Milton able to glove it down. Played right back out front. An opportunity on the backhand. Rebound and another save for Boucher. Dunleavy nearly at her second of the game, as Emma Heath had the first chance right in front. And then Dunleavy on the rebound, but Boucher able to come up big. Looks like Dunleavy may have fanned on it or didn't get much on that shot. Ness pressured behind the net, had it taken away by Kraus. Out to the point. Mumm plays it across in the skates of Kasich. Kasich will dump it down out of the reach of Dunleavy. Heath ties up in the far corner. Dug free by Abby Ness to the line, but not out. Mumm risks it wide out of the near corner. Kasich keeps it in at the blue line. Heath, top of the circles. That pass handcuffed Dunleavy out front. Here's Berger with it behind the net. Berger circling. Looks for Gettle, a shot, and that misses wide. Gettle recovers out to the point. Kasich, his shot is blocked by Terapesa. Kasich out front. Berger lost the handle, got it back, and then hit a teammate's skates, missing an empty net for her hat trick goal. She recovers in the corner. Down low for Gettle. Pinned to the boards by Bolander. There to support is Brown. Played up the boards. Kasich can't knock it down. Terabeza will win the race to the other end. Cuts out front. Stays with it. A shot. Boersma has it and will hold for the faceoff. Good speed from Terabeza can be dangerous. They haven't been able to utilize it enough with how much they've spent in the defensive end, but gets herself a good opportunity using the speed right there. Andover able to force it back out to center. CPCR plays it right back in. Courtney Little up the right boards, will dump it in. Julian gets there in front of her, but Little able to steal it right back. Pass went right past Kaiser. Kaiser will force it back in deep. Engler pinned to the boards by Scott, continues to battle, comes away with the puck. Out to the point. Delich across. Shot by Little is blocked. Ketting recovers. Then had it taken back by Kaiser. Engler sends it down to Kaiser along the end boards, trying to get it back to Engler, and that was taken away by McKenzie. McKenzie chip it off the boards, give chase, tie up with Little as we're into the final minute of the contest. Brooklyn Johnson is steal near the face-off dot. Stolen right back by Christensen. Christensen pokes it past and into the zone. Taken away by Emily Nicholas. Scott trying to turn up ice, weave through some traffic through the slot. Has speed into the zone, winds, fires, save Boersma. Rebound recovered by Delich. Played off the boards by Grabow and out to center by Christensen. Scott in her own end, plays it off the boards, back out to center. Icing waved off into the final 15 seconds. Ella Thorson back behind her own net for Kaylin Mumm. Long pass ahead for Sauer. Sauer in on the breakaway. Lost the handle a bit, and Boucher makes the save, and that will do it. A huge 5-goal second period for the Huskies. Spurs them to an 8-1 win. Now 13-0 on the season, and this one was really all Andover from the start. They outshot CPCR 9-0 in the first period, but the Bluebirds were still in it at that point. It was just a 2-0 game at the first intermission, but Andover really turned up the offense in the second, opened the lead up to 7 goals. Champlain Park Coon Rapids got on the board just 30 seconds later to avoid the shutout, but third period was running time. Huskies had one more. And a big night for Andover's leading scorer, Ella Borger, 2 goals, 2 assists. Now has 12 and 18 for a total of 30 points on the season. The Bluebirds fall to 6-8-1, coming off of that tournament win at the Kaposia Classic. But now their schedule a little bit lighter moving forward, and a chance for them to get a little more confidence before they get to the tournament at the end of the season when it really matters. Most of their ranked opponents came early in their schedule. Here's a look at what our schedule is coming this week. On Thursday, we'll be at Northdale Middle School pool. The battle of supremacy for that premises. Blaine and Coon Rapids share that as their home pool. We'll have that action for you starting live at 6 o'clock. Boys basketball on Friday as the Huskies host the Maple Grove Crimson. Then more boys basketball next week when they take on the Spring Lake Park Panthers. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, I'm Joe Young saying goodnight.